I'll come back. So nearly down here because I can't seem to get, if I stand up you can't see my head, if I move the camera up you can't see the bike, so I'm down here. So today's video, we're going to start cutting up this frame and get this frame somewhere near what we want it to be. Done a couple of little bits off camera, nothing too exciting. So what we're going to do today is uncover that back wheel, get rid of this, most of this section here. That's going to be my first cutting. And then I'm going to cut the frame, this top full section here is going. And we're going to start adding a reinforcing backbone down there like a conventional frame. Because the tank I want is more like a conventional tank and this is going to get in the way. So I'll cut it out of the way. I'm just going to go for it. Hope the bike doesn't just fold in half. And then we'll carry on from there. But yeah, last night we got a little bit carried away and we've started already, so I'll just take the zip tie out here. Looking better already. Right, so stick you straight away onto a time lapse. I'll keep bringing you back at certain points because I don't think you want to hear my grinder zizzing your way through everything. So we'll get the death wheel out now, chop through this, chop back, and then we'll keep coming back and have a look how things look. Okay. See you in a bit. That was a bit drastic, wasn't it? Get you down here so you can do a bit more. There you go, soak that one up. A bit more, you can get a bit more of the look I'm going for that, can you? Right, so next stage, I'm going to whip the front forks off. Again on the hyperlapse, get the front forks off and get this frame cut up even more. And then we'll offer in the tank I'm going for an off that'll fit. Okay, see you again in a bit. See how that looks. Let's stick the forks back in. Front forks, these ones. Support that wheel a bit. Seems we've got half the frame missing. Oh. Now you can see the V-twin. Let's have a look from over there. What do you guys see? Well, apart from it looks like it's doing a big fat wheelie, but okay. So I've cheated a little bit. I thought, I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to see what it looks like. So I've put the tank on, fits, so it looks like I'm going to get away with it. I've adjusted it to where ish I want it to be. Try to keep the top here as flat as possible. check this steering, get close to the tank, but pretty much this is what we've got. So, you ready for the big reveal? You ready for the big reveal? But you can't even see your face, can you? Let's try that again. Ready to see what it's going to look like? Put the tank on, adjust it to where the forks don't hit it. Get it pretty much level where I want it. I've already looked at it, I think it's friggin' awesome. But, you ready? There you go. By the seat, that is the look we're going for. 500 euro tank. It's in a bad condition. It's going to take me ages to try and sort that out, but I've got time. It shouldn't take any money because this bit down here is pretty rotten. So the next stage is going to be working out. Well, probably clean all these bits off now, and then working out where I can put a span of this to correct it. But I think that looks friggin' awesome. See the V-twin better. Just opens it right up. I like that. I'm looking forward to riding it. Okay, doke, so strip it back down again, start cleaning some welds up, start making the strengthening piece, the backbone. That's what it's called. It's called the backbone. Looks like you're calling it. Stick with that one. Okay, well, guys, catch you again in a bit. Okay, for you it's only seconds, but for me it's another night. Again, this is where we're up to so far. So, tank's pretty much where I want it, but currently we've got no strength in the frame whatsoever. Well, probably a little bit no, and there's no strength in the frame whatsoever, let's be honest. So, what I've done, underneath the tank here, so let's whip this tank off. Pop it over here. There's a piece of steel here, zip tied in place, and this is pretty much the maximum height that I've got where the tank sits on. So this is a piece of 40mm box section, 3mm wall. So what I'm going to be doing is using this bar and some other steel I've got some 4mm wall thickness box section over there. I'm going to be welding them together and trying to get as much strength as possible down here. I don't feel too bad. The frame that I cut, which you can't really see, but this tubing is probably less than a millimetre wall thickness. Right, let's just, I've got a caliper here, might as well just measure it out quick. So this one is, okay, 1.5mm wall thickness. Design, it is a design profile. It's probably had a good bit of strength through it. So what I'm going to do is try and use thicker and more tubing than that to try and compensate for, obviously, the strength I've created the frame. So what we're going to use is a good old bit of CAD, which for some of you who don't know, I thought everybody knew this, but cardboard engineering. So CAD stands for cardboard aided design. So I'm going to cut some wood up. Some wood? It's cardboard. I suppose it was wood at one point, maybe. I'm sticking with that one. So I'm going to cut this up, try and make it some shapes I want, to cut it to the box section. I'm going to weld the box section to this, so then effectively down the sides here, it's going to be up to like 6mm thick. Not got a lot of room here, over the carburetors here. I'd like more. I can gain a bit more room here, because it's only a breather pipe. I can move that out of the way and repurpose that. So here is going to be our weakest point, but I'll try and, I'm on to and put a couple more layers of steel down the sides of those to try and get the strength through it. But that's what I like to do. I'll just over-engineer it. So I'm going to stick you on a time lapse Hopefully you can keep up and it won't be too wrong, but I'll start cutting the cardboard open. See how we get on here. Okay, you see where I'm going with this now? So, what we've got. This is going to be the big box section I've got over there. Closed side to the bottom. So that'll be welded to there and welded to the head tube here. Got another piece, box section back here. The good thing is about the cardboard edge design is if you make a note, you can just write yourself a little note on there, make a note, make a mess. So I've just wrote the, cut that one 8mm longer so it touches here, just so we know. And I've made notes of top and bottom, things like that. Then we've got this strapper piece that's going to go over the top, try and distribute the load down here where it gets thin over the carburetors. Again, I'm no expert on this really. I mean, all I'm trying to do is distribute load over here where it gets thin. The way I see it is the factory tubes were 1.5mm. I'm going to have this 40mm box section, which is 3mm, 4mm plus 4mm, so 11mm either side. So 22mm steel just in this section here, a closed box section. I'm hoping that'll be strong enough, but I don't know. Somebody probably knows, not me. Do some stress calculations or something, but I'm not going to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. So off camera now, I'm going to cut this box section, cut some steel up, offer it in, see how it looks. I purposely do it off camera because I've got some bad habits, but I don't want to get banned off YouTube because I might forget to put my safety squints on or something daft like that. So most of the things, like with when I was doing the machining and stuff on the lathe, I'm bad habits, so I don't film it. But I'm guessing you know how to cut steel and use a death wheel and stuff. So I'll just cut it up. We'll show you what we've got and we'll carry on going. So looks all right so far. Probably have to change whatever we're going to do in that head there. So we have an oil leak on that rocker cover gasket, and I might check the tappets beforehand because I ain't going to get that back off again, am I, not with it dropping the engine. Sacrifices. It is what it is. Right, okay guys. So, cut some steel. Back to you in a bit. Did I even film that? Who knows? Yeah. See what I mean? No sooner have I just said about bad habits, the safety switch stops working, so we wire lock it on. Yeah, because safety's... Okay, right, okay, back to being off camera and bad habits. Right, okay, so it's a few days later. Done quite a bit, but I want to wrap up this video now before I burn in what I've been working on. I'll show you where I'm up to in a bit. Reason why I'm going to stop now, I need to end this video where I'm up to because I want to get on with doing the tappets and working under the rocker covers and getting the carbs off and just getting those cleaned up before we weld in the backbone that we've made. Done a few other bits. If you spot them, feel free to drop it in the comments. So the next video is either going to be doing the tappets, or I might have a little roundup on all the other little bits I've been working on. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. See what I feel like doing. So I'll just flick the camera around and I'll show you where we're up to with this backbone. Whee, there we go. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. So this is the box section that we've cut down on the bandsaw. The reason why I've welded these two tubes in is as I cut the box section in half, or wherever I cut it, it went blink, squeeze right in. So I was spreading it out. I thought I could keep it back to its original shape. So I started welding those tubes in, and I think it adds a little bit of a touch to it. So here we have that box section there. I've not quite finished this plate here. This plate's going to be a closing plate for up here. Got the 40mm box section here, rounded it off, and then don't judge my welding, please. Here we've got the two pieces of 40mm by 6mm up the side, welded to the sides of this 40mm box here. So we are going to have 40mm, 4mm thick 40mm box, 6mm thick, and then 4mm thick big box here. All welded here. I'll put a few gusset pieces in here to have strength. But that is what we've got so far. I think it looks all right. Well, this is where we're going to wrap up this video now. So next video, like I said, either going to be doing the valve clearances or working on something else. But for the time being, I'm going to shelve this bit and then come back to it later, and I'll probably just quickly show you that I've just going to get welded in. Okay, so just to repeat why we're doing this, this is going to be my challenge bike for doing Land's End to John O'Groats, all in aid of Cancer Research UK. The spec, the itinerary, I don't know what you want to call it, but the idea, the premise about it was to do it 1,000 miles on an inappropriate motorbike, so for £600 budget. So I decided to take that literally, and I'm going to do it like a racer. A very inappropriate style bike. So there you go. As usual, I'm going to end this video and we'll pop up is my donation links. Please donate. Thank you very much. See you again.